I'm out.
Hey, shalom.
That should be
Oh yeah, you forgot. He needs to move out the way now. Hey, could you all put that light between you all? Mataj, put that light between you all.
Right here.
Yeah, so we can get some light. And give us 1 second. We double checking sound.
Hey, shalom.
Make sure it's
We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, branch of Chicago, and first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakat Kadash.
double honors into the apostles, double honors into the elder bishops out of Connecticut. Salutations to all our fellow laborers that's doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth. To you, we say shalom. And yeah, we're just gonna go in on this this video that was done by Whitney Webb. The end of the world as you know it. All right, and meaning she's talking about how in the video she speaks about the new AI system that they're ushering in, and that AI system would clearly be connected to a social credit system, which will clearly be connected to the MOTV.
Sure.
And you still have camps and supposed teachers that are out there teaching against what's happening right before their very eyes.
Dummy.
So yeah, exactly. Say it again.
Dummy.
Yeah. So the it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of camps that they're gonna lose their members. They're gonna lose their support. You've been changing your ways. Trimming your ways for love, and it's all gonna backfire on you.
That's right.
Because all you cater to the woman doctrine guys, right? So you can keep the the money coming in and bring the women to the Passover, and that woman friendly, not teaching Isaiah 4:1 or speaking against it,
That's right.
as if that's not. And guess what? Isaiah 4:1 is going to happen on this side.
That's right.
Get out.
It's not even gonna. We don't even have to wait until we go to the to the kingdoms. That's actually going to happen before the kingdom. It's prophesied. All right, that prophecy is actually going to help usher in the kingdom. Isaiah 4:1 happening. Okay, but it's clear. Could we matter of fact, somebody get Revelation 13 real quick, because I promise you, this system is going to be connected to a social credit system where you won't be able to say and do or say certain things without being your social credit score being destroyed. All right, that much you can. So be real careful when you read that too. As a matter of fact, spell out the BESAT. Okay. You can say charagma for Mark. Okay. Or spell out Mark. Okay. When you get to that particular
Phrase.
And then China already has the stages of it, and where where the Wuhan virus come from?
From China.
So they already have that social, and what they do is you have all these trains that'll take you a long time to get somewhere, but if you ever want to do any of those fast trains to get up to us, like say for example, if you have a bad social score, you have to use the CTA. But like for example, if you have a good credit score, you could use Amtrak. You go fly faster.
You get on the bullet trains.
There you go. So what they do is, the only other way is if you have a bad social score is paying into it by donating, let's say to the government $1,000, or the only other way is to buy your social credit score, which you have to be a hopeful participant of it to even do that.
Yeah, they gave us a glimpse of that in that one episode of Black Mirror too.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, when everyone was so worried about the little thick Edomite redhead chick, was so worried about her. She was so worried about her credit score. I mean her social score. And and so that's going to be a reality. That's why they show it to you like that. Well, and the beauty of it is, it's not going to be a reality.
That's right.
Because the moment that they establish it, it's over. So we bring it. All right, but go ahead.
Any particular verse you want me to start?
Start at verse 13 or
11.
I mean, no. Start at verse 15.
15. Okay. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the B-E-A-S-T, that the image of the B-E-A-S-T should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the B-E-A-S-T should be killed. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the charagma, or the name of the B-E-A-S-T, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the B-E-A-S-T, for it is a number, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
So there it is, man. So that's that's going to be the implementation of that is going to be something that they place inside of you, under your hand, under your skin somewhere, where you will be able to participate in society. But the beauty of it is that the moment that they get this off the ground in the fullness of their sufficiency, all right, as soon as they sit down to eat and enjoy, it's pretty much a wrap.
Right.
And that's not going to come right away. What's going to happen before that is the complete and utter collapse of America. See, America's got to, and the world for that matter is going to go into chaos first, and it's on the verge of happening. It's going to go into chaos, and that's going to be the what they come with to try to fix and make. They're gonna what is it, the Hegelian dialectic. All right, so basically they create the problem. All right, then the order of A.K.A. They create the problem. All right, and then they sit back and watch the effects, and then they come in with the solution.
Problem reaction solution.
Right, problem reaction solution. Bible shot.
We got scripture for you. This is Isaiah 36. 25. I say, but they are but vain words. I have counsel and strength for war. Now on whom dost thou trust that thou rebellest against me? So these 2/3 hook into to Egypt and they motherfucking ways. Babylon, the whole deal. No, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt. Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. It's going to betray him. It's going to betray him in the end. No matter what it is they think, no matter what it is they think they're going to be able to benefit, no matter how they think they're going to be able to function in society, like you said, it's going to betray them because once they go to push that worldwide.
Yeah. So they're going to create these hellish, hell on earth, situations here in America and around the world, especially in Western countries that are connected to America. Because when this dollar finally completely crashes,
Right.
which is well on its way,
Yes.
it's going to cause a chain reaction, man. It's going to be blackouts and riots and chaos.
Right.
I was just explaining to the brothers on the way here about the Northern Kingdom couple that was in India, and they kept getting warnings that they were in danger.
Yeah.
All right, and then the wife got a choo-choo ran on her by 7 dudes. Got her ass beat, and her husband got his ass beat in his teeth. They beat his face with a rock and beat his teeth out of his mouth.
Some Elamites.
Yeah, Elam, yeah, and they did the right, and they choo-chooed on his wife.
Damn.
Just to back you up real quick, this is Zephaniah 1:10, and it should come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there should be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. And that fish gate represents the markets, and that howling and crashing is the stock market crashing.
That they engineer.
Yes.
Yes. They're engineering their own fall.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, it's inevitable because they knew the whole fractional reserve banking was going to fail anyway. You can't print money out of thin air and loan it to people and then expect them to be able to pay you back you're giving someone something that's not
It's not tangible.
I got you right here.
Hey, it was all in the agenda, like even
Yes.
with the 3 world wars. You know what I'm saying? But what you got, brother?
This is James chapter 5, verse 3. It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, which is this dead system.
So he said your gold and silver is cancerous. Why is the gold and silver cancerous? If you have real gold, you have real silver,
Right.
it's actually pure, it's wealth. Because the scripture says Abraham was rich in cattle, gold, and silver. That's,
Even in the law of this land, which they disregard
Yes.
every day in this country.
yes.
Because it's funny, you know how Texas and other states are complaining about the federal government,
Doing their own
going
thing.
against the laws of the land, you know, and their rule over the people. When the states do it every day with their statutes and codes.
And they don't
Your
do-
state
they don't do
statutes
the
and
federal
codes
government, yeah.
go against the Constitution and you're not ruling over the people too. So they all full of shit, man.
That's
And
right.
the whole kebab it's all coming down, man. It's all coming
Yeah.
down. But Benji had something. What was it, brother?
Well, I got Isaiah 31, but what y'all just said, I want to grab this Proverbs though. Slide. This is Proverbs chapter 22 and 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. So making this debt-based system, all right, is part of the reason Esau got great. You know, like I said, he used his wisdom. In his mind, he think he used his wisdom, he got control of the world. We put the world in subjection to him by putting out a central banking system. But the Lord prophesied in Isaiah the 10th chapter, he was saying leanness among his fat ones. So we're seeing bad policies. Well, what parts of it Esau wants to engineer, but ultimately he's just making bad policies. So the dollar's going out the window, and the dollar crashes, they think it's a control collapse, and then they can just move on to digital currency. But like the other Malcolm said, it's going to be a ripple effect. The whole world is tied into the U.S. dollar. The whole world economy is wrapped up in this shit. So when this goes bad, if the brother can read more of that James 5, and this goes bad, this leads to World War III.
Absolutely. Because you can clearly see, if you're paying attention to geopolitical politics, that America's allies are not really in tune with them.
No.
You can see that the EU and NATO are in turmoil. They're not really, they're not in agreement on everything. You got and a lot of EU and NATO countries are matter of fact, a lot of them are against and not supporting what Israel is doing in Gaza right now.
That's right. And
So it's not, so they truly are a house divided. But go ahead, bro.
I was just going to say, before last year when the BRICS expanded to the UAE and Saudi Arabia was an ally with America. We had oil deals and so forth, and our oil was backed. Our money was backed by their oil. But now that they have switched economic partners, all right, now they're dealing with our enemy, all right. Now our dollar's backed by shit, absolutely nothing, all right. So yeah, and the list of the new applicants for the BRICS is another 20. You add another 20, 30 nations. So
Yeah, and Mexico is one of them. Right below us, right next to us. Okay?
This is James 5 and 3. It says, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasure together for the last
So like
day.
start the
Oh,
verse
sorry.
you read over.
My bad. This is James 5 and 3. It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you.
Right, so when the dollar is crashing or when it's rusting, as it was proverbially put, that's a sign, it's a witness. All right, this place is going down.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
And shall eat your
Just
flesh.
like with Rome, when their currency got devalued,
Yep.
when they got devalued, they started using less
Base
precious metal.
Yeah.
All right, but the Americas, they got rid of the metal, they got rid of gold, they got rid of the silver. And they got to deal with the OPEC nations, and now motherfuckers don't need their oil, need to use the dollar no more for the oil. That's becoming more and more the norm. It ain't completely happened yet.
Right.
But motherfuckers not gonna need the dollar to get oil anymore.
Right.
So this is a witness. This is a sign right here that this place is over with.
If I may, the president of Ecuador, he just came out the other day and he was speaking to his people, whatever, and he was saying like, they talking about look at America, they just keep printing more money and more money as if that's going to pay the bills. no one now wants to deal with their money anymore because it's not backed by anything.
And that's really what kept this shit going. Because you know, China and Japan, they've been selling the American bonds and notes. Not just them, Russia, all that.
Yeah,
but
so
South Americans who've been buying it still. These are the countries, you know, that's get late in the game.
Right.
They still was buying like, well, shit, this is our time to invest.
But now you got certain South American countries that are also speaking out and coming against
Exactly.
America as well. Argentina president came out and basically spoke against America and basically broke down the crimes of the tax system, how the tax system is completely illegal, and how and he's not even a citizen here.
Yep.
All right, and you know, in the Men of Great Millstone, we've been telling you that all along, man. All right, that they enforce statutes and codes. As a matter of fact, the Federal Reserve and the IRS are not even American entities, but yet they control policy here in America. They control portions of your government, and control policy within your government, and they're not even a part of your government. Those are privately owned entities, man, privately owned banks. All right, and then there, you know, and as far as wages are concerned, there is no law. I challenge you, find it, put it up on the screen. There is no law that you have to pay taxes on wages. And what that means, anyone who clocks in and clocks out, according to the United States law, right? According to their own laws, you're not supposed to tax wages according to not the constitutional law, but according to the federal tax laws. What's taxable is earnings, right? And so earnings are basically Fortune 500 corporations, businesses, all right? But a person who trades time for dollars, you clock in to work, all right? You sign in, clock in, however you do it, and you clock out. That's trading your time for dollars. That's not taxable, all right? And the president went on to tell you that it's a whole myth that they use your tax money to run the government. They don't. They just print more money.
But he can't.
All right.
See, he speak. This is. I just pulled it up, and he's speaking right on this right now. And this is the president. I'm gonna move back a little bit.
Good. Go ahead, brother.
Pay attention and listen. Pay attention and listen, because there are a ton of hidden messages in the El Salvador president's speech.
El Salvador.
For instance, the financial situation of the United States. When I talk to my conservative friends right here, they always tell me that the problem is high taxes. But they're wrong. Of course, high taxes are extremely high here in the United States. I give you that. You're right in that. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is not the high taxes themselves, but the fact that they are not even really funding the government. But even those high taxes, higher than a lot of places in the world, but even those taxes are really funding the government. So who's financing the government? Government is financed by treasury bonds. Paper. And who buys the treasury bonds? Mostly the Fed. And how does the Fed buy them? By printing money. But what backing does the Fed have for that money being printed? The treasury bonds themselves. So basically, you finance the government by printing money out of thin air. Someone could ask, well, so if the government can print unlimited amounts of money out of thin air, why did they collect taxes? I mean, in theory, it would make sense, right? If they can print unlimited amounts of money, why would they need taxes for? The answer is simple, but it's very shocking. The real problem is that you pay high taxes only to uphold the illusion that you are funding the government, which you are not.
Damn.
It's shocking, but it's true.
You can stop it right there. Somebody get that shameful spewing on your glory, and that's what's happening, man. Somebody hold that, and I'm gonna play this one because I spoke about those EU nations that that are speaking against Israel. I found that clip. Hopefully it's loud enough.
You want that now?
Let me play this first.
Oh, you got it.
Man, I don't know if this is gonna be loud enough. Hold on. They quiet as hell.
Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the current EU members of the Security Council, France, Germany, Poland, the UK, and my own country, Belgium.
So it was France, Germany, the UK, and Belgium.
Heights, in the context of the US presidential proclamation issued yesterday, stating that the United States recognizes that the Golan Heights are part of the state of Israel. Our position on the status of the Golan Heights is well known, and we would like to make it clear that this position has not changed. In line with international law and relevant Security Council resolutions, notably Resolution 242 and 497, we do not recognize Israel's sovereignty over the territories occupied by Israel since June 1967.
That's enough. That's all you need to hear. So what they just said is that those 5 European countries, they do not recognize Israel's sovereignty, and they do not recognize Israel's sovereignty over any of the lands that they've acquired since 1967. So that's 5 European countries that were part of the European Union and NATO that are not. So those people are not
They ain't
together.
rocking with them.
And a majority of the world at this point feels the same way.
Yeah, basically Israel is forcing their hand. Israel and America is forcing their hand. They even how the Israelis were saying that America is gonna have to come fight. You're gonna come fight with us. You're gonna come support us, and that hurts them, man. Just like America's backing up these countries, well, not backing up, putting sanctions on these countries. All right, which is fucking up the European economy. They have to ration out gas and shit and energy because you want to put sanctions on countries they get their gas from.
That's right.
All right, so this division is happening. This place is over with.
Hey, this is land back, Jeremiah 49, concerning Edom. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? What they're doing now is everything they're doing is shooting themselves in the foot. And that goes into Obadiah, the first chapter, when the Lord says there's an ambassador sent among the heathen, and there's a wound being laid under. As a matter of fact, I got to get it real quick because the Most High is overturning everything that they're doing. The Most High is putting a wrinkle in the plan. This is Obadiah 1:1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
And if you really are paying attention, if you're really listening to the voice of the world, the imposter, you wishes are greatly despised worldwide. When they say that, it's true. Are they oppressed? Hell to the no.
Right.
Are they in danger? Hell to the no. They control and rule and control every damn thing, which is one of the reasons why everybody hates themselves.
That's right.
All right, because they've especially their own people, the other so-called white people.
That's it.
Because they left them out of the blessing.
They don't share the wealth.
They didn't really share the wealth with them.
Yeah, they ain't get the fat.
All right.
This is Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy, which means they sitting at the table with you.
Amalek took the lion's share and left his brothers, with crumbs.
Yes.
That's what happened.
So now the people, the Confederate with them, they shaking hands with you. They taking pictures and photo ops, but behind closed doors, they doing this. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. And if you know that what that term means according to the scriptures, being brought to the border, which basically means you about to go to war. when you have your troops are being brought to the border, that means at the border, at the edge of my border, at the edge of your border, we both have our troops, and there's going to be a confrontation. And a fight.
And while he's saying, while all this is happening, speaking on the whole Whitney Webb thing, she's damn, what happened? She's while all that is happening, that threw me off. But while all that is happening, America's orchestrating chaos in its own country.
That's it.
At the same time.
That's
All right, we were bringing all those young military-age men in to do replacement. Why? Because why are they doing that? Because the military is very low.
The American
So I
public
agree with what the Muslim dude was saying in the video we were playing. Is that they're bringing all these people in to basically, because there's so many Americans are ready to not comply with all these with all these what's the word, unethical and unnecessary orders that they're getting from their government. They don't want to comply with them. All right, and so you're going to bring in all these people who are so desperate coming from these third world places, who will simply do as you wish.
Blind.
Right, and then they're going to be used as a hammer against the citizens who are already here.
Yeah, American soldiers, they're not gonna want to turn their weapons against their own citizens.
Not at all.
Right.
And the majority of them, they're gonna send off over to the valley of Jehoshaphat, to Yehoshaphat. They're gonna go over to Western Asia, that you fraudulently call the Middle East.
Right.
They're gonna send them over to Western Asia and Northern Africa, and they're gonna get judged there. They're never coming home.
They're gonna be dealt with.
All right.
They're gonna be part of that stink.
Yeah, you're right. You're gonna be birds. The Lord promised a great feast for all these birds, man.
A barbecue.
All right.
I'm finished. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Right, and once they have back, it says they shall rise up suddenly, that shall vex thee.
That's right.
All right, talking about the nations that Esau has oppressed. Let's look at Japan. They borrowed the fuck out of them, and then gave them loans to build up the economy.
Right.
So now they own you, and that was the play they did with the world. Fuck you up, give you a loan. All right, or you
Standard supply.
Then they established a central bank, and then they set up military bases in your country, basically to keep you in order, to make sure you keep using the currency of America. That's what that's basically all those countries where American bases are countries that are in debt to America, and they literally put the bases there to as to ensure that you would stay in line and use our currency and keep the American currency the reserve currency of the earth, and not use your own currency or do deals with other people. That's what they're there for.
But what's been happening over the last, let's say, 10 years, is picked up more. So even now, Japan, which was the biggest buyer of American debt, all right, they've been selling it off. Japan and other countries too, China as well, which is number two, they've been selling off. And then China went ahead and devalued their currency so they can do more exports, which messes with the dollar. And then you had Japan, who was the biggest buyer of debt, sell it off. All right, but what else they do? They was the first ones to come up with a different system instead of the SWIFT system. You transfer money internationally, or in locally, internationally, you got the ACH SWIFT system, which basically when you do it, America gets their cut off top because it gets transferred to you, converted to U.S. dollars, then to the other currency. And because you use this American system, they get their money off top. Well, Japan has stopped, they've been finding a workaround for this lately, which means they can trade for oil and all these other goods in different currencies. And America don't get that cut anymore. So that's part of that daily wound.
Right,
and it's all wrapped around what? The money. All right? Because
he said they that eat thy bread, which the bread is the money.
Yeah, and now back it said them that laid themselves with heavy debt, that word they claim is heavy debt.
I back that.
And it says, how long will he have that which is not his? America got control off the central banking system. And you can finish that James 5 out. And he's going to lose control the same way.
This is James 5:3. I'll start back where it was. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have treasure together for the last days.
There you go. So they set up this system so they can get rich. All right, but now the system is crashing. It said shall eat you with fire. Well, let's get the precept. Revelation 17, 16.
I'm holding right here.
That's the spirit. You can read it.
This Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
The whore being America. All right, that's the face of the company. The beast represents basically the Roman system coming back. But what is that beast? How did it come back? With the 10 horns, which is the EU. That's how Rome ruled. Rome was this little ass place in Italy, but it ruled with its allies. Just like America is ruling with its allies and spread out in Europe, and it's the same allies with different names. All right, you had the Franks, the Gauls. All right, the Vandals, Visigoths. What say y'all? Yep, the Visigoths. These are the different names back then, but it's the same lands now. Britain, Spain. All right, Portugal, Germania, Major. These are the same places. They got different names, right? It's the EU or the permanent members of NATO.
It say, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
So they're gonna turn on. They turn on each other. Hey, Satan's house be divided; his kingdom cannot stand. So that's what we have with it. In America, and they're starting with these relatives. That's what really run this place. They're making bad policies. All right. They destroy the U.S. dollar to get this currency. I mean, to get this new digital currency, because they want to own the people. All right, which you already got control. But that's part of this curse. You know, he should go upon his belly. You know, that's in Sirach. It goes into that. But nevertheless, they're doing this their own destruction, man. So what? Even the Europeans gonna hit this place with nukes, man.
That's right. Their own friends.
Russia gonna get that evil thought in their head and go fuck up the Israelis. They all been playing the game.
That's right.
Russia got a central bank too. But it's like, goddamn, y'all so fucked up. Look what y'all just did to everybody.
That's right.
It didn't have to go this way.
What since it did?
Right.
So was this still some more than that? Is it-
Take and bake.
Was that some more than that, or that was
So
it?
that was it.
This is
Oh, actually, you can read the next one. The next verse. There was one more.
Come back to Revelation 17. For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
Right. So that's why all these countries rule together. That's why NATO exists. That's why EU exists. This is the will of the Heavenly Father. All right, to bring them together to complete His will. All right, what was it started with? What, the Treaty of Rome?
Right.
Showing that this is the Lord controlling this, man.
That's right.
And now it's over with. Your purpose is done. You gain control over the world. You fucked the world over. It's nothing left for you to spoil you. Now it's your turn to be spoiled. That's why South Africans are fucking you up. That's why you got these different countries talking shit and coming against you. Because your time is up. Have you become weak as we? You know? So the kings of the nations, the kings of the earth are rising up against this place. You got the South Americans who was ones picking up the slack buying us dead, talking shit now. All right? What was the El Salvador talking shit about America and the Western?
He dropped knowledge on the falsehoods of the illegitimacy and the falsehood which is being perpetrated on the people within the tax system.
Yeah.
That's right.
From the Fed. He basically exposed them.
That's it.
Right.
And these are government officials, so they see the inner workings of the bullshit.
Yeah, just like the Syrian president came on TV. What was that in January when he did that? And he came on national TV and spoke in Arabic, of course, and basically gave up the history and told you that the people in the land of Israel are Khazars, that they have no blood ties to that land. They're not even the people.
Right.
And the men of the Lord, the Hebrew Israelites in general have been telling you that on YouTube since 2006. All right, and even longer before that. But they've been telling you on the internet since 2006 that these people are not the people of the Lord, man. And many other nations are telling you. The Edomites themselves are telling you that.
This is Job 20:18. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he should not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his building, He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that word wicked is actually Imal, which is the laborers, the ones, the sufferers, the ones who's laboring doing all this work. That jump to that James 5, the ones that you kept back by fraud. All right. He says in the fullness of his sufficiency, he's going to be in straits. He said he's not going to enjoy all the money he's been stacking up. It was so many different people keep coming out. It was like we kept another 1.25 billion to Ukraine. Oh, we got another 30-something billion to Israel, and we keep getting money between them back. And he said, well, they could have fixed hunger in America.
Yeah, I saw that video.
10 times over.
He broke it down.
Yeah.
He broke it down. How much money could have went to the people in Hawaii,
Yes.
who are actually part of America? How much money could have went? They could have ended homelessness.
Yes.
They could have actually ended homelessness.
Oh, yeah,
So
I
when
see
you
that.
see all these homeless people, there will be no homelessness. All right, they could have ended all that. I mean, it was so much money that's went to Ukraine and went over to the Israelis to fund all these, and the Israelis are tied up with that Ukraine stuff too.
Yes.
So it all was going because that's actually their homeland and where a lot of them come from. So people in Ukraine around Kiev and in Crimea, that was the home of the Khazars. So that's where most of their family members and people come from there anyway. So it all comes back down to Amalek. Amalek is the first of the nations, right? And the Lord promised He would have war with them from generation to generation, and they're being put on blast because when it comes down to it, Amalek is behind all this.
You still
Right.
wanted that Habakkuk, the shame?
Absolutely.
All right, this is Habakkuk 2:16 with the elder had quoted. It says, "Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory." Hey, so just like in the book of Isaiah, man, this place is being uncovered. It's being made bare, all right, through the World Wide Web, through the unicorn, all right, through the internet. The whole earth is exposed to his little red meat out, his cheeks out, and everybody's seeing him for the devil he is.
Yeah.
And like the elder said earlier, even of their own people, all right, their own sons following
their own tongue.
Yeah.
And even within their own
That's
educational systems, man, they're not even comfortable there. That's why they get so angry when history about people of color is taught. Or in the colleges, they're so mad, what's going because you have meetings and things on college campuses where Amalekites or white people in general aren't welcome.
That's right.
That's right. I was watching something about that.
So it's a lot of that. I might do some research and get a collection of shorts and do some videos on that, man. So so even in their own institutions, they're being put on blast for their true history. And and so when real history comes out, they hate it.
That's right.
They hate it. And the funny thing is that there was a time when you go back not that long ago when they were very proud of the lynchings and the hangings and the taking of the land and conquering you and the foot on your neck. Boy, they were very proud and arrogant about it, and now they're ashamed of it. This new generation of kids, they don't want to be white no more. Little kids crying.
Yeah, because they looked on TV and they seen Michael Jordan, they seen Michael Jackson, they seen Michael Tyson.
Exactly.
They seen their favorite rapper. They woman has seen the BBC. So the truth is just out there.
Right.
Who's who and what's what. No, I'm saying.
No, yeah.
What do they see? So those kids who grew up seeing this, they think everything they know to be cool or respectable is some black shit.
Right.
Or some Latino shit.
Hey, bro.
So when they look at their granddaddy, they like, man, what the fuck was y'all doing to them? They see Mike Tyson.
Right.
They see Mike Jackson,
No,
this is what they see.
The new generation, Joe, the bitch I'm fucking with, her son, his favorite artist is Kanye.
Come on, man.
This new generation, like you said, everything cool,
White.
everything they love is a nigga. So they looking back like, man, why would you do this to these people? I got a real quick. This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 5. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face,
There we go.
and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame." So the whole world is seeing America's bullshit. Like I said, that pale cheeks and that red meat is out, man. He's done.
Yes, it's funny because I just went up and was looking for videos because I've seen a bunch of Edomites basically saying they're ashamed to be Esau. So when I put it in, this popped up on Wikipedia. White guilt. I'm just gonna read a paragraph.
Oh,
So
man.
it says
Say it again, bro.
white guilt, and it's actually a term and a thing amongst Esau.
I want to say this real quick, because I've been questioned on this, amongst the congregation of the crackers. And I said, the thing about this is, I let them know, like, when y'all ashamed of y'all history, it's just, I sum it up to them quick as this. I don't go into the scriptures, I don't say nothing. I say, what's the notion? And I don't even believe in blackness, but for learning's sake, I said, if I say black power, what's the notion? If you say white power, what's the notion? Because this reflects what you did. And this reflects what we went through. It's no erasing that.
They can't.
Just that simple little notion right there.
That's right. This is a
White guilt. That's white guilt, though.
Lord, what I'm gonna do a lesson on this.
That's what white guilt is.
White guilt is a belief that white people bear a collective responsibility for the harm which was resulted from historical or current racist treatment of people belonging to other racial groups. As for
That's not a belief. That's an absolute fact.
Yes.
That is an absolute.
It ain't a race theory.
That's not a theory. That's a fact. Look, Johann Blumenbach is the one who created the color scheme. No, in the history of world history, all right. No one ever categorized people according to their skin color until after the Renaissance, when Esau came into power. That second time, because even in Rome, they didn't go by color, because there were Edomites who were melanated because of the intermixing.
That's right.
And vice versa. You had Israelites who were pale because of the intermixing.
Right.
So they didn't. So no one cared about color. What people cared about was your bloodline, who was your father, where you came from.
Right.
That color thing, they created that shit in the Renaissance. All right. That's when they did that. Okay. Go ahead.
It says historical or current racist treatment of people belonging to other racial groups, as for example in the context of the Atlantic slave trade, European colonialism, and the genocide of indigenous peoples. And it's funny that all three examples were they were fucking up Jake, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American.
That's white power. That's the white power. You got your power off rape, rob, and murdering.
That's right.
We got our power off surviving that shit and still coming out on top.
That's right.
So this is the white guilt.
That's it.
And
Right.
this is why you got
Jacob say white power because black power because he got a job.
Exactly.
You say white power because you conquered some shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
You stole some shit, and you may be ashamed of it, but your uncles, your father, your grandfather, your great grandfather, they were very proud.
They had a great time of doing it. I got
Right.
a picture of the back.
Go ahead, brother.
This Sirach 41:7. The children will complain of an ungodly father.
Damn, I had that. That's the
they shall
spirit.
be reproached for his sake.
Damn.
And that's
the
the
spirit.
white guilt. The complaining of an ungodly father. And it's funny because you start watching. That's why they want to get rid of the internet.
Yeah.
You watch TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, so forth. The Edomites are coming out there and actually putting Esau on blast for because they fell for the narrative that everyone's equal, that everything's supposed to be fair, and so now they're sitting up there saying, "No, you're wrong." So you got the so-called liberal over here cussing out, the Israelis, and they're. You go look at the Pakistan parades for the Pakistanis, you're gonna see a whole bunch of Edomites. All right, so we start with so-called Jewish Edomites to regular Edomites. All right, they're thoroughly divided. In certain regions of the Western world, it can be called white settler guilt, white colonial guilt, and other variations, which refer to the guilt more pointedly in relation to European settlement and colonization. The concept of white guilt has examples both historically and currently in the United States. Australia, and to be lesser extent Canada, South Africa, France, and the United Kingdom. It's because everywhere,
Every place where Esau is.
and every place where Esau took us, because we if you look at the slave trade, it was really rectangular. All right, it went from they was taken from Africa over to Brazil, from Brazil up the South American coast, all the way to North America, from North America all the way over back to Europe, from Europe all the way down back to Africa. It was that whole region. They were mixing and mingling the whole all.
Yeah, because they were taking Gadites and Reubenites
Right.
back
and
to the
forth.
islands and back to Africa.
That's right.
You know, that's what they were doing.
That's right.
All right. And matter of fact, there was a movie that came out some years ago called Brotherhood of the Wolf, right? Where they showed you that. Yeah, it was a decent movie. It was, but they were showing you how they were bringing Gad, because they brought the Gad to France, and all the women was going gaga over.
Come on, man. John Red corn pussy.
Gad was right. Gad was all swole with his damn tomahawk. You know, they was like,
They
damn.
had that wicked ass ponytail.
Yeah, and this
It's
hat,
crack, no homo.
you know. But they were, you know, they was all on.
Yeah, the argument.
The party had a precinct too.
Bring it out, brother.
It's Psalms 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
That's right, brother.
That's perfect.
And that they're not. Everybody else on the planet go through. You know, they do some things. They get beat down. They get ran through the mud. They have a catharsis. They have to own up. They have to pay back some stuff. Man, white man ain't been paying back shit. All right, he's been the authority. No one has been. Who sanctions America? America's the one sanctioning everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when they do some calls, when the international court does sanction America, they never pay and never do anything and never abide by the international sanction, and nothing never happens.
Well, that's how you know that Esau's a bastard, because he doesn't get chastened as a son.
That's right,
The
brother.
Lord, that's why when you read Revelations, the Lord lets you know that he's the accuser of our brother. You know, our mother's son, hating me. You know, Esau's a perpetual hater. You know, so he has to pile up that, and he's a bastard. So the Lord's going to let him do that to where it is, like the Lord said in Amos, the 3rd chapter, he going to punish us immediately.
That's right.
But Esau got to pile up that because he going to get the worst ass whooping ever.
Con, I got a
Go
precept.
ahead, bro.
Now, this is Ecclesiasticus 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Because of his unrighteous dealings now, and then it's smacking them right back in the face. That's why it's being translated right back to us, and we about to be on top. You know, we about to rule over these devils. And we ready to put a rod of iron on you niggas, man, before what you did to us. You know?
But this, like I said, this is along the same vein that you were saying, because I got one in Ecclesiastes. Right, slide.
My man, Pop.
Okay, Ecclesiastes 8, starting at 6. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment. So the purpose for us to come into slavery and do what we do and lose our heritage and everything, all of that was the purpose. But now with that purpose came the fact that the people that did that to us, there's a purpose on that. So the same purpose that flipped and did us this way, now it's swinging back to you now. Okay? Okay. Therefore, the misery of man is great upon him. They didn't anticipate the pendulum bringing it back to them.
Yeah, because you know what, they did so much wrong. They were able to steal land and steal our heritage and spill so much blood, scalp us and all kind of shit. And nothing ever happened to them, and they just continued to prosper. I want to go back to that Ecclesiasticus, Ecclesiastes 41, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. All right, because you know, though some of this is talking about Jake, you know, the scriptures are manyfold. Right. All right. But this is Sirach 41 and 5. It said the children of sinners are abominable children, and they are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners shall perish, and their prosperity shall have perpetual reproach.
Ooh, that's right.
All right. And then and the children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be a reproach for his sake. Woe unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High. For if ye be increased, it shall be to your destruction. And if you be born, you shall be born to a curse. And if you die, a curse shall be upon your portion. Right? All the earth shall turn, and the earth turn again, so the ungodly shall go from curse to destruction. And that's where we are now. The ungodly men are being exposed, 2 Thessalonians, the son of perdition. And this is why they're falling apart, while their women are falling apart, while they're beginning to complain about the same thing, because this broken home and independent woman stuff was really aimed at Jake. You know, this whole feminism movement was really aimed at dividing and destroying the Israelite family, starting with the Judite family. But now it's progressed to the point to where it's affecting the Edomite family, and now these Edomites are mad and becoming red pill and you know, and MGTOW and all this other stuff. And then a lot of them, not only they're angry with their women and their women divorcing and taking them to the bank, and then women being bosses over them and ruling over them. These very same said Edomite women are bending over and opening their legs for BBC.
Hey,
right? So
hey, that's the spirit you said that, Salakia.
That because that's what's happening.
I was dealing with this lady, and this bitch, she was the head of a whole construction site. A bitch.
Wow.
Dealing with the murder.
Yeah, well.
She was the head over all. I said, man, so you over all them, like, and they building skyscrapers, all type of shit. And I said, you the head of all these dudes, like, I said, yeah, it's hard. And this is a little old bitch, like, sweet and white.
Yeah.
I had something for you.
I mean, we knew that in the gate, but go ahead, brother. That's what the Elder Malcolm said. They fed up with that shit, man. And then on top of that, they can still have some dude paying that unrighteous, what the elder call it, Title 4D.
Yeah.
Getting some money from that and some fucking public food assistance. It was just this damn nigga woman on Instagram. I'm not leaving this out. She made it to the national news because of like her bragging. She had the 11,000.
Yeah,
Getting
I saw that,
11,000 a month. Y'all seen that shit?
Seen that shit.
Like,
She
so
got
that's one of
11,000.
the elders.
She got $11,000 in some program, some shit, and she went and spent $5,000 to $6,000 on the kids, on trips and clothes and stuff. And she said, I don't care. I'll let anybody know. I want to make sure I take care of my kids. I'm doing. And she just flaunted and boasted. Yeah, she got all this that's supposed to go for bills and for something. You know, she wouldn't have splurged it.
And then
I couldn't wait to get to splurge.
And then she'll be in court with a lawyer who will actually get her more.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how she got that.
And the man, and while the man is sleeping out of his truck, sleeping in his damn car. All right.
Amen.
And being put in a position where he can't even see his children when he's trying to be a father's children, they won't even let him. And all this is done through unrighteous decrees, right? By statutes and codes that are completely illegal, man. That's something that Miss Webb talked about. She said that America is being ruled over. All the courts are being ruled over by maritime law, and that's not America. Maritime and maritime laws of a foreign treaty, foreign entities, man, and according to American law, to actual American law, constitutional law, it is illegal to put an American citizen under a foreign treaty. So all these states every day are putting American citizens under foreign treaties with these statutes and these codes that they're bringing against these people, and you know, making them pay Title 4D, making them pay taxes and all, property taxes and all these other things, man. All right, all that stuff, all that is completely and totally unconstitutional.
That's right, and the fraud is so deep, and so people, 99% of the people in America think that they actually own their land, and they don't. If they don't have an allodial title, they don't even own their own land.
You know, it's the ape and the elephant, explanation. You know, the story about, when the elephant is little, they tie this little rope around its leg, and they tie it to this peg. So when it goes to walk, it can't go any further, right? Yeah. But by the time that elephant is an adult, it'll drag the peg in the whole damn building if it wanted to. But it gets so soon as it feels a little tug, it just stops. All right, because it's a mental thing. It's been conditioned, and Americans have been conditioned to let all these unrighteous these things that are actually unlawful rule over them. Which they could actually fight if they actually just made an affidavit and came against it in court and show you everything I'm telling you. You could look it up and research it for yourself, man.
Right.
I'm not just making this shit up. All right. And the next story, the story about the ape. You know how the ape got so used to being inside of his cage that when they let the cage open, he wouldn't leave.
It wouldn't come out, huh?
He wouldn't come out. The cage, they leave the cage open, and the ape wouldn't. He wouldn't even
That's American.
So that's American that's institutionalized and messed up his own people. That's what the school system is all about. If you notice, the school system is just like the prison system. They're actually mirror one another.
Yeah.
When you line up and you get your food and you got to stand in this line and stand in that line, everything, it's all it mirror one another because because the school system gets you prepared to be a good employee so that you can go out to the world and allow these unrighteous decrees to stand by these unrighteous decrees, and or if you screw up, we're gonna put you into this system, the jail system, and you were already been conditioned to go out to it. So then we'll get free money off you and labor off you from that system. Because the truth of the matter is, being an American system, Alex Jones got it right, and the man's not crazy, man. All right, Alex Jones isn't crazy. All right, and when he calls it a prison planet, it truly is. America is one gigantic prison colony. All right, you just have levels. You have prisoners that are free to roam. You got prisoners that have higher what's the word? No, not that. Well, that yes,
Privileges.
But they have privileges. Thank you, brother. That surpass other prisoners, because this prisoner can actually get on the plane and fly to another country. But guess what? Got to bring his ass back though. All right.
Right.
And then you got prisoners. Then you got prisoners who are free to roam the entire country, like being on a video game in an open world. You know, you can play every board, but you can't leave.
Yep. Sorry.
And go and find another game through that game.
Nope.
You can't. You can only go so far. All right. And so you got Americans that can travel from sea to sea, from border to border, but they can't go any further than that. All right. And then you got prisoners in America who stuck in the cell. All right. Or stuck. Then you even got levels within the prisons. You got minimum security who actually can go outside and do shit. And then you got guys who, they can take 1 or 2 steps, and as far as they can go. So it's just levels to this prison thing, but all Americans are in prison. That's right. All right.
It's a lot. Then you get it. Always you look at.
I see that 42-22.
There's always these snitches in prison. When you try to get free, he getting free. He doing this and that. They hear the Esau little puppy, little minis and shit, little stupid people.
Those the ones who got the Stockholm syndrome.
That crab in the barrel effect.
Yeah. I got a little definition on Stockholm syndrome.
Bring it out, brother.
Where it says positive feelings toward their captors and sympathy for their causes and goals, and negative feelings toward the police and authorities. And in this case, the police and authority are the prophets, the men of the Lord, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai, first and foremost, all right, and the truth. So those that are institutionalized and love this place, they hate Yahweh Shem Yahushai and the prophets that's speaking of the downfall. That's why the scriptures talk about basically.
They done found their own little comfort in the midst of this shit.
Well, that's why I was about to quote the scripture about about having a
why you looking
affection to things on earth and not things above. Set your affection. That's what it is. Set your affection not on things on the earth, but on things above, which the things above is, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the truth and the will and righteousness of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
I got the scripture if you want it.
Go ahead, brother.
This is real quick what the elder brother was quoting. This Colossians 3. If ye be risen with Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where Mashiach sitteth, on the right hand of Yahweh. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
Right, because if you set your affection on things on the earth, that means you have hope in this place. Then that means you have sympathy for the wicked's causes and goals. All right, you have positive feelings, all right, toward those who have, you know, captured us and have us in captivity right now, and then you have no understanding of their actual wicked agenda.
Right.
Yeah, they trust in Egypt, Isaiah 31, because
Right.
it's strong, you know,
Right.
because they got that strong military, that might, and they think, hey, well, who could bring America down, man? We got the, you know, we got the biggest, you
like
know.
the scripture
And a lot of
says,
people who, you know, it's funny too, because I had some niggas in the world who used to say that to me. And guess what? They don't say that no more. But bring out the scripture, brother.
This Isaiah chapter 42 verse 22. It said, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
That's right.
They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses."
There you go. And the people hid in prison houses, their last names aren't Goldstein, Finkelstein, Epstein, Kaufman, you know, Bird. It's not them.
Right.
All right. But then once again, like I said, there are levels to this, because it's mostly Jacob that's in those prison houses. But you know, but all Americans at this point is one gigantic prison.
Well, you need a passport. You need a passport to leave.
That's the point. You know, you know, everything's contractual law, man.
Oh, you're right.
You telling me that Evelyn Rothschild got a passport?
Hell,
You think that he's gonna have to fly on Spirit Air, or he's flying in a private jet that goes in and they don't? See, y'all don't know about. If you go to Midway Airport and you're one of the private companies, you don't go through the same TSA screening and checkpoints and so forth. All right. I think it was one of them rappers that came in and they busted him with a whole bunch of weed or whatever.
Right.
They did that because they wanted to pop him off. They do that shit all the time.
Hey, like you said, over there on O'Hare, like I said, you got your main terminals and this, that, and the other. But way back over there near the cargo department and whatnot, you got all these private jets. Michael Jordan had one where his plane had like a design that had part of his shoe, like that '88 version that looked like a fucking spider web a little bit on it. He had that was on his plane and whatnot. They have quite a few of them private jets that sit back there.
And they don't go through customs.
They don't do none of that shit. They don't even come into the airport. They pull up over there. They park their whip, the limo, pick them up right there, this, that, and the other. They come in, do their shit, get on their motherfucking planes, and taxi out. And in between all that big shit, and now then you see one of them private jets take off in the middle of that shit.
There it is, man. But let's go to 2 Thessalonians and read from verse 1 to 8. And then go to Job, 20th chapter, and we're gonna read part of that and get ready to wrap it.
Okay. Thessalonians 2, starting 1.
I've been ahead to Job. I was earlier.
All right. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that the day of Yahushua is at hand."
So the time or the end wouldn't come until what Paul says next happens. So it ain't about, it's 2019, the first slaves are 1619, which is not true. That's 400 years, so we out of here. No, that's not what the prophecies say. All right, it ain't this is the end, this time period. No, now's the end.
Look at no man know it.
And a lot of people saying that got no works. They never
Right.
went on the highways and byways, and it just should just STFU.
Yeah.
Shut up and let the prophets do their job.
They've been saying it's the end for the longest. Everybody's been saying it's the end. Well, look, this had to happen first,
Exactly.
and this is what the scriptures say. So everything else you heard from man,
Yeah, whatever your grandma
wrong.
said and your pastor said when you was little, they don't matter. Right? But they've called on the J word, so you know anything they say don't matter.
The 2020 electronic apocalypse they was talking about. No, look, this had to happen.
That's right. They don't know the
Robots
scriptures.
gonna reset 2020. They ain't got the no.
Right. Well, in the book of Hebrews, it said, "In these last days," the last days started back over 2,000 years ago, but they don't understand the scripture.
They'll understand that 1,000 years is one day.
Exactly.
All right, but go ahead, brother.
Verse 3, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first,
Which that has happened. We lost our heritage. That's the great falling away.
And-
Jeremiah 17:4.
and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
And that's where we at now. The Lord has broken his prophets up. And his prophets have been doing what? Exposing Esau for Edom. For who he is, man, which is the so-called self-proclaimed white man. He's really red.
Hey, and this is a part of that, I believe that's Revelation either 12 and 12 or 11 and 11. They both go hand in hand, but a part of why they are fearful, because they are being exposed and they see them getting exposed by, first and foremost, Yahweh Shem Yahushai's men, right, the prophets, and then also their own tongue is falling upon themselves by these independent.
And it's often, and it's their women more so than anything.
Yep.
The majority of the information that we use that condemns the Edomite is coming from Edomite women.
Yep.
And Edomite women collectively are not feeling the Edomite men at all.
That's right.
That's it.
They're not.
How is
They marry. They're only with them for comfort and to get ahead in the society, and they see that, and they can see that they're losing their power. So that's why they're going after what they want, man. And that's the same thing that the nigger woman did to Judah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, niggas would have been hung. The dude got beat to death. I can't think his name. Fucking brain fart. The whistler. Emmett Till. He got put to death for so-called whistling at a white woman.
Right, so-called.
Right? And they put him to death for that. So look, fast forward to now, they were Raul, Murph, and Hector every damn day.
Yeah. Sometimes they even with the Punjabi niggas.
That's right.
They with them too.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's it.
Sad niggas.
And all this is biblical prophecy, man.
Right.
See?
Real quick to back the Bishop Yaki up. This 2 Ezra 16:49. Like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity when she decketh herself. All right, and this place is decked and reached to the sky. The whore was arrayed in purple,
Right.
and shall accuse her to her face. When he cometh, that shall defend him that diligently searcheth out every sin upon earth. So now is the time, like it said in 2 Thessalonians, when he's been revealed. He's been accused to his face. Going right to the Revelation 11 and 8, I believe, or 9. Revelation 11 and 9. The nations were feared. The what?
And real quick, they have a particular agenda. The wicked have a particular agenda that the Most High God will is that they reach to a particular, point. And then once they reach to that particular point where they think they just got, they got it,
snap.
That's when the Lord is going to lift up that stand.
That fullness of sufficiency.
What you gonna read that when you're done?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so go ahead. Brother.
Oh yeah, this what the elder bro Benji was quoting. I was holding it, pause. But I'm gonna start at 8. This is Revelation 11 and 8. It said that their body shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom, in Egypt, where our Lord also was crucified.
Right, that's America. The place where it's taken to on slave ships is spiritual Egypt. And of course, it's Sodom. Look, just open your eyes. How is it not Sodom?
You can't walk down the street, you ride down the street.
Right, so
you can't ride the bus. You can't. No, everywhere you go, you sit in a restaurant.
You can't go to kindergarten.
You can't go. Yeah.
Damn.
We gonna keep it real.
It's everywhere.
We gotta keep it real.
Training reading time. That's a real thing.
Say it again, bro.
Training reading time. That's an actual thing. They putting it right on your preschoolers, kindergartners. It's just fucked up.
And it's crazy is that the people who endorse us the most were women.
Mm-hmm.
And then these same women be crying about where all the good men at. You effeminize them. Or you chase them away.
There you go.
So you got the Israelites being called dead, not literally, but spiritually. They remain in the congregation. He that turneth from the Lord shall remain in the congregation of the dead. All right, that's the great falling away. Keep going.
All right. They say, and they of the people and of the kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right, 350 years. All right, that's how long it was. Then the truth started to come out in the 60s. after the 350 years.
Right. That's why the
Must be
scripture
in that
says.
hardcore bondage.
That's why the scripture says the truth that have been so long without fruit shall be declared.
That's right.
After that particular time.
That's right. It started with, our business. Now he had his elders, but he was the forefront of when it became, hey, started
The
teaching
Lord
how
gave him the understanding.
That's right.
It's
Right,
not
that's-
just the Old Testament. He was teaching both.
God, that's why we know he is who we say he is.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Because
Scripture.
Because you go back,
That's
if you go,
scripture
right,
there.
if you go back
Yeah.
into the 1800s, and the one famous plaque in Cherry Hill, but there's so many more evidences of Israelites knowing that they were Israelites and teaching that we were Israelites from in the 1700s and in the 1800s.
That term.
Yeah.
It said, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because the two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
Right, which the northern southern kingdom, they was happy we was taken down.
Yep.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
And after 3 days and a half shall the spirit of Yahweh, should the spirit of life from Yahweh enter into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
And that fear fell upon them. This is what the elder bro Yaki was going into. That fear fell upon them because the prophets awoke and doing what? Prophesying. Speaking against Esau. Jeremiah 28 goes into it.
Yeah.
The prophets of old did what? Prophesied against great countries of evil, war, and pestilence.
See.
So when we woke up, starting with our apostles, starting with their elders, what we've been talking about, the fall of this place.
That's
Why
it.
is it going to fall? Because of the unrighteous dealings, like the bro Matthias brought out.
Hey,
All right?
and that's what the Lord had, always been talking about and telling the disciples turned apostles to talk about. What? Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's right.
So something is at hand, which is the kingdom of heaven, but the kingdom of heaven can't come until the downfall of this one that we're in right now.
That's
Right.
right.
And it really comes down to Esau, Edom being exposed, and that's on the
Facts.
table.
That's it.
All right, he, the light that came on, and like you said, everybody see his little red ass.
That's it.
Hey,
All
I
right,
said
so
about my
I'll
uncle
go.
earlier, that was one thing he said. He basically was like, the more I'm learning and getting to this, the more things say he's starting to hate them.
Yep.
Right? Something along those lines.
Oh,
He
you
hate
talked
them.
to your uncle?
Yeah, that's what I started talking about earlier.
Con.
So let me finish up.
Go ahead and finish it, brother, so he can wrap it up.
So back in this second Thessalonians 2 and 3, it says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God." Or that
Job 9:24.
Yep.
Who put their images up as the Most High,
Right.
as the angels, put themselves as the Israelites, call themselves Israelis.
yeah.
Who did that?
Yep, and put light for darkness, darkness for light, good for evil, evil for good, right? They have not submitted to the righteousness of the Most High God, but they established their own
And
righteousness.
proud to the end, because you still got dummies, Edomites walking around in all black with the dumbass hat and the little white zeke hanging from the side.
Yeah,
Right? It's like, and knowing, at this point, you've all heard, right? You've been exposed, but yet you still making this claim, which is just going to be more hurtful and more shame upon you, all right? And think about it too. When the heathen that followed you and believed in you realize the punishment is coming onto them because of you, then you got oh boy,
Something with Massa, man.
all right? Go ahead.
So going back to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
The greatest plagiarist is Esau Edom.
That's it.
Right? He's claimed. As a matter of fact, he's not only claimed to be the Israelites, the righteous and the rulers of the planet. They claim to be everybody on the planet except themselves.
That's it.
Yeah, except the Edomites.
They don't want to be that.
So
Go ahead, brother.
verse 5, it says, "Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work."
Who was ruling?
That's right.
Rome.
Exactly.
Esau, Edom.
He said it was already working back then.
Right.
So he's telling you that. So that's another clue.
Yeah.
He's telling you that the rulers in Rome, and not every Roman citizen, because Rome was like America, everybody was there.
Yeah, no.
So what he's telling you is that the ruling class people was the Edomites then.
Exactly.
Rome was Edom.
Yes.
All right, well, go ahead.
It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
There it is.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming."
And that's why you got so many videos of Edomites, Edomite men and Edomite women admitting that they know they're Esau, and admitting so many different heathens that the Negro, Latino, and Native American are indeed the children of Israel. You can't. It's thousands of videos at this point. It's not just us saying it.
And
all right.
the way you know that this is just talking about, like, how do you jump from this wicked to Edom? Malachi 1:4. He is the border of wickedness.
Right.
Edom is that wicked one. He's the people of the Lord's curse.
Yep.
So the what had to be revealed was who was Edom.
Yeah.
And that was the revelation. That
Yeah.
was the whole mystery Babylon.
Yeah.
Which goes to Psalms 137. Edom is the daughter of Babylon. That's the mystery being solved.
Right.
Just like Mystery Babylon and the Mystery Revelation, you got the Revelation of the 12th chapter, and it goes straight into the Roman army, and it calls them what? The devil, the old serpent, man.
Oh man, it's so plain.
Yeah.
It's so plain. But go ahead, Brian.
Before the Job.
The Job.
Okay, real, if I may, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. First verse. Then shall the
I
righteous
thought
man.
Rob was about to bring that out earlier. It looked like he was going for it, but go ahead.
Spirit stiff, I still got it. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him, and made no accounts of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
And they are. They're very afraid. The ones that are in the know with understanding, they're nervous.
Well, you don't go build a bunker and spend billions of dollars if you ain't scared.
Exactly.
Right.
You got billionaires and millionaires building bunkers all around the world.
And advertising it
So
too.
and so if that's not a clear and they've been doing so for quite some time.
Absolutely.
This is nothing new. They've been doing this for about the last 6-7 years. They've been building these bunkers, man. So go ahead.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, "This was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor."
And who's the butt of all jokes? So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans.
That's right, brother.
All right, they punch down. So who else are we talking about? Who's been in reproach? Who's been in derision?
It definitely ain't the small hats.
Right. Caught up, enslaved, and then told you're free while you still in the land of your damn captive.
Come on, brother.
Who has that been? Who has been caught and not let go?
Speaking your captive language.
Right.
You've stolen your own identity and then claimed to be your father, claimed to be the son, claimed to be the people, the nation, the whole, like he said, with great gather enough. They took the whole house, they took the pool, they took the steps, they took the cabinet, they took the land, they took you,
They took your name.
They took your name, everything. Right?
My cabinet.
Right.
Keep the stairs.
But you even got Edomites telling you how Khazars changed their names to Jewish sounding names.
Right.
Right? A lot of these historians, they're speaking about the Khazars, and the majority of the historians that speak about the Khazars are Khazars themselves. All right? And other Edomites.
Yep.
So, that's just what it is. But go ahead and wrap it up, brother.
Right, it says, and how is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints?
How these niggas Israelites?
Right.
These are niggas.
Exactly.
They ever shoot
and
each
you-
other
and
down.
you-
We
and you-
fried chicken.
Right, and then they don't like to acknowledge they don't like to acknowledge the fact that they're the ones that said, Mike Ali used to say it all the time, the nigga in America is a creation of Esau Edom.
That's it.
The white man is the so-called white man created the niggas.
Wrong time wrong.
They want niggas when they came here. You created those niggas.
That's right, man.
All right, with your experiments and the way you destroyed their families and
Projects.
the music and the chemicals and all the
Yep.
shit that you gave them.
Yep.
But go ahead and go to that Job, brother.
This is the book of Job, the 20th chapter and 22nd verse. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And he said that wicked is the word amal, which means the laborers, the regular old common folk, the ones who have been working the fields, working the shitty ass jobs, working the 9 to 5 to follow your American lie of the American dream, but it's become American nightmare. All right. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Let's go, champ.
That's right. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, it cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him.
Yeah, that's talking about the ICBMs. So you Edomites are going to be eliminated, all right? And the elite, the ones here in America anyway, you're going to get completely,
Eviscerated.
you're going to be right. You're going to become dust, and all the wealthy that run to your bunkers, you're going to be the first fruits of slavery.
Okay,
Those of you that go into your submarine bunkers, you got because some of them got submarines. They plan to just dive deep into the ocean and just stay down there, and then come back up.
And the Leviathan gonna get that.
And then you ain't gonna never make it out the dark. All right.
If I may
because you keep reading it, say secret place.
I just wanted to because I was going to read down just to 29.
That's what I told you to do. Take it to the end.
Okay, Salaki. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him.
The nukes, nukes, unlike regular missiles and bombs, they have ignition systems. If something ignites a fire, and that's what kicks the explosion off. Nukes don't have that. All right, basically, the atoms collide, and then you get your explosion. Right. In mid-air at that,
That's it, brother. And it's cold.
Like a microwave. You don't have a fire or ignite in a microwave.
That's right. And then
It's
the
the
radiation
fuse not blow.
And the radiation gonna come out there all darkness shall be hid in secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him.
And that's exactly what's happening. The heavens been all these videos and all this information. All right, mainly from the Hebrew Israelites, but then also from other Edomites and other sources. People putting out videos and information that we turn around and use and filter them through the scriptures.
That's right.
All right, and that's all being done through the internet. So the heavens are revealing their iniquity. Go ahead.
And that's why he said, what was the Rockefeller? The internet should have been revealed.
Should have never been.
Because it exposing his ass.
Well, Clinton said it too. He said we're it's an information war and we're losing it.
Right. Basically, yeah. But the hell with that heifer.
That's
I hope I get home my plantation personally. She's the one that actually
started
formulated that Title 40 shit. Go ahead.
The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath.
Beautiful.
This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God.
So it's over. That's right. So we've seen the end of the movie. All right, and we're at the end of the movie, and we're almost to the part. And the battle is even like when you're playing a video game. When the hardest part of the game, when you're playing doing the little thing, is typically that you're right there at the end.
Right.
That's when it gets the hardest.
Yeah.
So we're right here at the end, and everything's on the table. The MOTB.
That's right.
The famine of the word, the insurrections, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat. Everything is right there, man.
That's it.
All right. So with that, we're gonna give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Know what I'm about to say.
Say it.